What's up, everybody? Paul here from dropshippingtitans.com. If you guys watch me on this channel a lot, or you've seen some of the places I dropship from, you guys know that I like to dropship a lot from Home Depot. But increasingly, what we have been finding is over the past few months, it's becoming more and more difficult to dropship from Home Depot. So the question is dropshipping from Home Depot dead? Is it over? And the reason I'm bringing this up today is because recently, a couple of weeks ago, Home Depot made a change to their website. See, a lot of drop shippers, they drop ship using gift cards, either because they can get discounted gift cards or because it's easy to give your virtual assistant gift cards so that you don't have to give your virtual assistant access to your credit card information when they're placing orders on Home Depot. And a couple of weeks ago, Home Depot made a change where you were no longer allowed to ship to multiple addresses if you were using gift cards. So in other words, what used to be able to work was that you could add like 20 items to one cart, ship the items to multiple different addresses, and if you did that, you still get free shipping on the order. It just kind of made the ordering process also go faster. That no longer works with gift cards as of a couple weeks ago. Well, yesterday I went to go place some orders and I noticed that I couldn't even place a order using my PayPal account, which is usually how I pay on Home Depot, and ship to multiple addresses. I had about 10 items in the cart. I thought maybe it was a glitch. I am visiting some family for I have a personal matter, so I'm in another state right now. I'm down in Florida, not in my normal state of New York. So that maybe had something to do with the fact that I was traveling, or maybe it was the VPN I was using, or maybe it was just a bad day on Home Depot. Something was weird going on with their website. So I saved it for today, and now I tried placing the orders today again. Same problem. So I've been talking to some other people and talking to Home Depot and getting some conflicting information. But what the representatives on Home Depot tell me is that no, you can't ship to multiple addresses anymore at all, even if you're paying with a credit card or with PayPal. So that's what the rep on the chat told me. When I called in, I got a completely different story. I was told, yeah, of course you can do it. You just got to press ship to different addresses. Now, what I was told from the representative on the chat is that when you go to check out on Home Depot right now, you'll still see the option ship to multiple addresses, but it won't work. You'll start to go through the process and then you'll get an error that will bring you back to the cart, which is exactly what the problem I'm facing is. Now, when this first started to happen with gift cards, they told us the reason was to prevent fraud. And that kind of made sense to me because there's a lot, unfortunately, of fraud that happens with Home Depot gift cards. And I wasn't even aware of this until I had actually gone to a Home Depot the other day. And right when you go to the cashier, there's a sign there that says, be careful because we, we as in Home Depot, they would work closely with the FBI actually because there's all sorts of fraud that goes on where people will call up older people and tell them, hey, I'm a family member, I'm in distress, I need you to send me a Home Depot gift card, or different terrible ways that people would rip off, especially older people, by getting them to send them gift cards. And I'm sure some of those gift cards through the pipeline get to drop shippers without them even knowing about it. So you got to be careful when you're buying discounted gift cards. So that's one of the issues that Home Depot is having. They're afraid of these gift cards. So when they said that they didn't allow shipping to multiple addresses for gift cards anymore, it was frustrating, but I kind of understood it because they're having such problems with fraud. But now that they're telling me you can't ship to multiple addresses at all, yeah, I don't really understand it. And I don't understand it when they're saying that it's just because of fraud. Um, I can understand if they're losing money on it, but that's not what they're telling us right now. So that's the latest. I don't believe basically anything I hear from Home Depot until it's been at least a few days, if not a week, to see if it's like a habitual thing that keeps happening. But at least for the last 2 days, I haven't been able to place orders. I did get two orders to go through yesterday, but none today. So with any website like this, representatives will tell you different things. So you shouldn't believe the first thing that you hear. And like I said, I heard conflicting things from two different representatives. But if this is the case, does this mean that drop shipping from Home Depot is going to be over? And I think absolutely not. We see this with Walmart already, where with Walmart, you can't ship to multiple addresses. But drop shipping from Walmart to eBay and Walmart to Amazon is still very popular and still very lucrative. It just means you have to adjust your strategy. It means you have to add the cost of shipping to all your items. Will that drive up the costs and maybe reduce the number of sales? Yes, of course. But it's a different game. And if everyone's playing the same game, if everyone has to pay for shipping for the items, then it levels the playing field. And we don't have to worry about some people getting free shipping and other people not, because we'll all be paying free shipping. The problem is with Home Depot's website is that there's so many little glitches and stuff with it that I think at least for a little while, some people will find ways to ship to multiple addresses with big orders and get away with it. And these people will be able to spend all day trying to get it to work, trying to place the orders in different browsers with different VPNs, and will eventually get their order to go through, even if it requires a lot of work, which will make the all of the rest of us our lives harder because we are now competing with these people who are able to keep their prices low, at least until Home Depot patches up those holes. So I don't think this is the end of drop shipping from Home Depot. I think this is just them changing the game up, which they are perfectly entitled to do. And it's just going to become, again, like Walmart. You see this all the time, these retailers switching up rules, and we have to adapt to them. We have to be willing to do that as drop shippers, especially when things are outside of our control. And we've seen this, like I know a lot of my friends who do retail arbitrage saw this problem with Target when Target stopped allowing uh, people to resell from Target. People still found ways around it. They built relationships with different managers. They go to different Targets so that it doesn't look like they are resellers. And, it's just about adapting to the situation and finding new strategies that work. Obviously, when it first happens, it's a little scary, it's a little unknown, but I always say when situations like this come up, it's a big opportunity for people because people get afraid and they back away and they say, "Oh my gosh, like drop shipping from Home Depot is dead now. So I'm going to run away from it. I'm not going to do it any longer." Those people drop out of the race and it leaves more potential for the people who are still trying to make it work. So, great opportunity if people are willing to put in the work to figure out how to still drop ship from Home Depot. If these rules did in fact change as it might have, as it appears it might have happened. And as I've always said, it's always a bit important to diversify, not go all in with one supplier. It's a little bit difficult because when you drop ship, one of the ways that you do really well is by really understanding one or two suppliers really, really well, learning all the little tricks to get the most money out of those products when you buy them, finding the best products to drop ship from those suppliers, and understand how to work with them really, really well. But the trouble with that is that when you concentrate on just one or two, you're putting kind of all your eggs in one basket and it's riskier. So you kind of have to find a balance there, right? You want to understand the supplier really well, but at the same time, you have to understand that there's risks associated with that. But again, with risk comes great reward. So I think it is still worth it to do it with a smaller number of suppliers so you really understand it. And once you kind of figure out how a supplier works, if you ever run into problems with them, you can adapt to it. And you always know that if you figured it out with one supplier, if for some reason that supplier just doesn't work any longer, you know that you can put in the work with a new supplier, figure out how it works for them, and start drop shipping from that one instead. So let me know in the chat if you guys drop ship from Home Depot, if you're having trouble as well. And because one of the great things about having a community is that we can kind of bring all of our experiences together, all the trouble that we're having, and see if this is, maybe it's just a problem for me and the few people that I spoke to about it, or maybe it's all of us as a community having trouble with Home Depot as well. So let me see what's happening in the chat. Martin is here. Martin says, definitely not in New York right now. The weather looks great. Yeah, it's much better here. I'm pretty grateful that I'm down here. Um, so let's see. Jeremiah here. What's up, Jeremiah? Glad that you're here. What's up, Bobby? Thanks for being here. What's up, Zaki? All right, let's see who else is here. Okay. So yeah, so I had called Home Depot and they had said that it wasn't an issue, but like I said, the person in the chat said that it was. So I'm not really sure exactly which one of them is right, but like I said, I wasn't able to place orders um, to multiple different addresses. We did find that we were able to place two items in one order and ship to two different addresses. So Laura says she drop ships from Amazon only, and that's something you see a lot with resell drop shippers is that they will concentrate on one source. Usually Amazon is one that people like to start out with because it's so easy to get started drop shipping from Amazon, and there's so much software that works with it. It's really a good one because they're really easy to work with. Let's see. Um, So Ernie says, I haven't had any issues with multiple addresses since yesterday. I changed my strategy to ship to only two at a time. And Ernie, I've noticed the same thing. So I've noticed that we can ship to two different addresses and still use gift cards and still use PayPal if that's the way you want to do it. I've never really been able to use gift cards on Home Depot for some reason. But what we've been doing is my VAs have been placing as many orders as they can with two items in the cart, buying with gift cards. And then we have about 9 Home Depot accounts, and they would fill the carts up with all the cheaper items. And then I would finish with checking out with PayPal. But for some reason, the last 2 days, that has not been working. Now, luckily, luckily we don't have a lot of those cheaper items, so it's not a ton. And I just went into my SKU Grid account and raised the price of those ones to add in some extra money in case we do have to pay for shipping. Um, but yeah, like I said, two is still working for us as well. Yeah, so Lam has the same feeling I do, exactly the same thoughts. No worries, because everyone will be on the same level playing field once Home Depot becomes more like Walmart. And I just want them to go, Home Depot to go all in and just fix all the problems so that's congruent for everyone and that no one finds a way to kind of get around it. I think my volume was low, so I apologize for that. Just raised it up a little bit so that no one has a problem or no one's able to kind of trick the system into shipping to like 10 different addresses so that we all are on the same playing field. Uh, so I'm still gonna fulfill all the orders from Home Depot. Like I said, I don't have a ton of cheaper items, just a few. Those ones I will probably just take a loss on it a little bit. It's not a ton of them, so I'll just have to pay for shipping for those ones and clear those out. And then from now on, those items will have shipping charges or an extra dollar amount on top of them to cover the price of shipping for those items. Nice. So Cleveland says, I just bought your eBay course last week. I'll have to make some changes in there to address the new Home Depot problem. So Tina says, I use a Home Depot credit card. So Tina, I'm interested in hearing, when you're using a Home Depot credit card, do they let you ship to more than two different addresses in one order? And does your Home Depot credit card work on HomeDepot.com? Because my credit card never works on their website. Yeah, so I had another question about Home Depot because someone else brought up another point that people have been having trouble with Home Depot for excessive returns. Kind of lost it right now. So it says Home Depot flagged me for excessive returns, and now they're requiring him to return the items to store. Anyone getting this issue? So we saw this pop up a couple of times with Home Depot in kind of more recently. And what we found is that if you just chat in with a different representative, then they will approve the return. It seems like some representatives want to give you a hard time and tell you you have to start returning the items to store. We saw that maybe 3 months ago, a couple of representatives told us that, and then it just stopped. And it was never an issue because as soon as one told us that, we would chat in with a different one, and they would approve the return and send us a return label. So what we've found works is to chat in with a different representative, and then they stopped telling us that entirely. So I'm not sure why it started and then stopped, uh, but that's just what we saw. Let's see. What's up, Dave? Thanks for being here. Okay, okay, cool. So Stars out there says Home Depot is canceling orders to me. Has this happened to you? So what I've noticed is that anytime they make a change like this, like when they first started enforcing their gift card policy saying you can't ship to multiple addresses if you're using gift cards, they that weekend that it happened, it's a lot of my orders went through, and then a couple of hours later, I got an email saying they were actually canceled by Home Depot. So, like I said, I don't know what's wrong with them on the tech side, but whenever they make changes like this, it never really rolls out very smoothly. Like right now, you can still choose on their website to ship to multiple addresses, but then it doesn't work. Um, so what I'm guessing is that if you're getting orders that are being canceled, what the chances are what might be happening is that they did allow it to go through, and then the system kind of caught up with itself and said, "Oh wait, actually we're not allowing shipping to multiple addresses." Personally, I haven't seen that myself. The orders I placed yesterday are being shipped out, but I was able to place two orders yesterday. The first one went through right away, and then I tried to place a second, it didn't work. I tried a couple different things, and then I got it to work, and then I couldn't place any more after that. Haven't been able to place any more today. Awesome. Ian just started the eBay course last night. Had to force myself to go to sleep. Great content, Paul. Love the course. Glad you're liking it, man. Make sure you do get some rest. Okay. All right. So that's all I have for you guys right now. I'll of course keep you updated as we learn more about Home Depot. But like I said, this, you know, until it's been a few days, you don't really know for sure, but I'm not too worried about it because once this change is fully implemented, it's just going to be like Walmart where you have to add the cost of shipping to every single order, which will just be part of the new strategy. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video for this update. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. I'll be releasing a new video really soon. It's a really powerful one. It's going to be all about my first most successful product that I've drop shipped onto eBay. So if you don't want to miss that video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want more updates like this, more off the cuff quick updates, do make sure to give the video a thumbs up so that I know that you guys enjoy this content. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.